Earlier this week, the G.I. Joe team over at Hasbro had their second at-bat for Yo-Jo June with a live stream here on YouTube. Let's go ahead and look at the future offerings that are coming for the classified line. This week on Wednesday, the G.I. Joe team rolled out our first look at 5 new figures that will be coming this year. As is standard operating procedure with the G.I. Joe brand these days, especially the classified line, the reveals were in the form of digital renders minus any weapons or accessories. We also got a look at the Sergeant Slaughter production model, and yes, another Snake Eyes Timber 2-pack. Don't think you're getting away from more Snake Eyes figures. So the first figure shown was that gold-plated goof-off himself, Lieutenant Falcon.
That Falcon is such a hunk. I'm talking major league gorgeous.
This is definitely a gorgeous figure. He's got a removable beret. He has the communications device on his shoulder that most classified figures have these days. Next up,
It's barbecue!
well, kind of. This is the Slaughter's Marauders version of barbecue. And as Lenny said on the stream, he's definitely a fan of sub-teams. It shows with this repaint.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
That's a Android Troopers!
That's right, more robots. The third version of the Battle Android Trooper. This one is the Crimson Bat, which will be part of the Crimson Guard team and sticking with Lenny's idea of numerous teams within the classified line. I can't fault this figure. Even though it's a repaint, I can't fault it. There have always been numerous versions of bats in every Joe line going back to their introduction in 1986. That, and I make a lot of custom 4-inch bats. Next up, Outback. Is this a repaint? Is it not a repaint because this is his original version? Is it all conjecture? Who cares? Here's your second version of Outback, before the Tiger Force version is even shipped to customers. But I will say, this is a clean looking figure. Last but not least, for new digital render reveals this week, Courtney Krieger herself, CoverGirl.
I need you to sign here, here, and here. And also here, here.
No, not that CoverGirl. One of only 2 entirely new figures shown this week, CoverGirl was the star of the show to me. Her entire look is great, and her head sculpt is definitely the best for a female Joe team member we've seen so far. The details, color choices, right down to the fingerless gloves, since she's both a combat vehicle driver of the Wolverine and a mechanic, CoverGirl's design is a total win.
That's Sergeant Slaughter!
The Sarge is back. One of only 2 physical production models shown this week, the classified Sarge looks awesome. Now, I do love the Valaverse Action Force version of the Sarge, but this version looks great as a mixed representation of his Real American Hero mail-away figure and his animated version from the Sunbow series. Plus, Sarge being in both G.I. Joe and Action Force just feels right. Sarge has always been the biggest ambassador of the G.I. Joe brand, and I'm glad to see him back in the fold. This figure, complete with his own miniature action figure version of himself, will release in time with San Diego Comic-Con. Apparently, Hasbro and the G.I. Joe team are more interested in breaking into San Diego Comic-Con than they are into leaning into and embracing Joe Fest. But I digress. I also hope I'm not the only one who noticed the irony that Sarge's miniature action figure version of himself has a plastic blister on the card back. Whatever happened to that plastic pre-packaging, huh? I also want to give a shout out to the amazingly talented artist Adam Riches for his fantastic box art for this Sergeant Slaughter figure. Here it comes.
Right, it is our new Snake Eyes and Timber 2-pack.
Oh man! Oh god! Oh man!
Lenny and Tony, would you like to show off the Snake Eyes and Timber models and talk about what makes this Snake Eyes different from the other Snake Eyes and Timber?
No way! You were on your own!
I don't even really know what to say about this thing. Classified has pretty much just become a parody of itself with all of the reissues of Roadblock and Snake Eyes. There doesn't seem to be any stopping anytime soon. So they made a kit bash of Snake Eyes, they repainted Timber, and they put the Shemog from the Classified Stalker that's yet to be released on this Snake Eyes figure with a different head. And here you are, paying $45 US for a quote-unquote deluxe figure. Just don't get it. I understand some people may be excited for it, but at this point, it's just the butt of some bad joke. And look at this vomitorium of guns. So they decided to give it the weapon that the Alley Viper comes with and a bunch of other random stuff to try to create some kind of value involved in buying yet another version of Snake Eyes. It's just kind of sad at this point. We also get a good look at the new packaging art for the Snake Eyes Timber Deluxe figure. Plastic-free packaging, the windowless design. Seems a little uninspired to me. It's a 500-piece puzzle. What I don't understand is, why does it have to look like this? Or look like this? There's a lot of other things they could have done with this box art to make it a little more inspired.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe!
So that's what was rolled out for Hasbro's second at bat for Yo-Jo June in regard to classified offerings. Digital renders of 2 original characters, 3 repaints, the Sergeant Slaughter production model, and a Kit Bash repaint Snake Eyes Timber 2-pack in what looks like a puzzle box. I may not be the biggest fan of the classified series, and I've been pretty vocal about that, but I do believe in celebrating G.I. Joe, and there are definitely a lot of great things on hand here. I'm going to be taking a look at the Transformers Bumblebee crossover Awestriker in another video shortly. So thank you very much. Leave a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, however you collect G.I. Joe, if you see 2 on the shelf, leave one for the next collector.